Why do I do it? Why do I do it? This is a question I ask myself a lot. Why do I even bother? Why do you bother? Why do any of us bloody bother? Why do we find ourselves, despite our better judgment, involved in debates with these fundamentalist bloody nut jobs? Why? Logic and bloody the fundamentalist Christian is like oil and water. They don't mix. Don't ever fool yourself into thinking you can box them into a corner with a question. I don't care how good your question is. Because when they can't answer you logically, which is almost all the bloody time, they will quite simply switch and answer you supernaturally. I'll give you a classic example. The old question of, well, surely the Earth can't be 6,000 years old because we have distant galaxies, which the light coming from these distant galaxies is millions of light years away to start with, because that's the distance that the galaxies are. Therefore, it must take the light that amount of time to get to Earth. Thus, the Earth cannot possibly be 6,000 years old. Gotcha! And they say, is there a logical answer? No. All right, then supernatural answer. Quite clearly, God set the light already on its way, away from the distance of the actual light source itself, so that the light that we're seeing today is actually only 6,000 years old. And you go, what? God, how infinitesimally bloody pea-brained do you have to be? I mean, how freaking dumb and unintelligent do you need to be to actually think of that as a reasonable proposal? It's bloody ridiculous. How can you combat that kind of shit? There was another one. I said to this fellow in one kind of debate, I said, Adam and Eve, they were told to go out and go forth and multiply. Right? That's what they were told to do. Now, this was before the fall, before they'd eaten the forbidden fruit. Now, what if they'd never eaten the forbidden fruit? Was God counting on that? Because if not, if they'd have not eaten the fruit and they'd have gone out and multiplied, there's no death. Without eating the fruit, there's no death, only life. So eventually, you're going to end up with a planet jam-packed with people, bloody standing room only. I said to this fellow, what was God going to do then? Start transporting them Star Trek style to another bloody planet? Says me sarcastically in debate. And this fella says, yes, I think that's what he would have done. I'm going, fucking hell, God! Do these people know no embarrassment? Is there no bloody supernatural question that they will stoop to? But of course, no, there isn't, because God's God and he can do bloody anything. According to them, their God that they can't even prove exists. Yeah, take Adam. Look at this. Adam, right? He gets created on the 6th day. Lonely on the 6th day. Gets a wife, major operation, gets a wife and married on the 6th day. There's a man who can't stand his own fucking company. Bloody hell. Where did he get time to be lonely anyway? Because on that same day, he was given the wonderful task of having to name every bloody animal put before him, which was all of them, What did God do? Just parade them past him one at a time, saying, right, next, dog, next, cat, next, mouse, next, moose, you're just taking the piss. No, carry on. Next, buffalo, next, porcupine, next, dromedary, next, dromedary plus. You can't go calling a bloody animal dromedary plus. What kind of a name is that? Well, it looks like the other one. It's just got an extra hump. Dromedary plus. Yeah, but you can't go calling it bloody dromedary plus. Come on, give it a proper name. Oh, all right then. Camel. How the hell do you get from bloody dromedary to camel? It's almost the same kind of thing. All right then, they're both camels. Dromedary camel and Bactrian camel. Look, who's naming these buggers anyway? Besides, I'm getting lonely. How many more of these we got left to do? Not telling you. Carry on. Next. Anteater. What do you mean anteater? How do you know what it eats? I've only just invented it. Well, it's got a kind of a long snouty thing. Looks like it might be useful for eating ants. Okay. Next. Anteater plus. Now, will you stop pissing me about? Two can play at that game, Next. Shit, no, you've got me there, Lord. I have no idea what to call that one, But not only do you have to accept this as, that Adam did this as a fundamentalist, that, he named all these animals all in one day, which is a ridiculous proposition on its own. But what's even more ridiculous is that Adam remembered all the fricking names. Well, he would have to, wouldn't he? Between him and Eve, they would have to remember them. It's no good half an hour later he's seeing a creature walking across the field and going, shit, what did we call that one now? That one, that big fat one with the antlers. Mouse, that was it, yeah, mouse. You know, I mean, that's no good, is it? I mean, can you really imagine that like 75 years later he sees some creature bounding across a field and says, oh look, a kangaroo. Shit, I haven't seen one of them in 75 years, and I've even remembered what I called it. Oh, for goodness sake. You know, and these fundamentalists, they're willing to buy all of this simply so that they don't have to face the idea that they might just share DNA with an ape. Well, let me put your mind at rest, Mr. and Mrs. Dumbshit. You do not share any DNA with an ape. Because as far as I'm concerned, you don't have the intelligence of a freaking ape. Every ape I've ever known, not in the biblical sense of course, but every ape that I've ever known has got an IQ of at least 100 more than you. So that's nothing to worry about. Good gracious me, I think I need to lie down now. I'll see you again soon. Bye.